Hey friends, so in between last video and now I met with Amy Wilms, who is the Assistant Dean of Academic Success and Disability Services here. There's a lot I took away from that meeting, but right now we're just going to talk about policy. We went over the whole policy in our meeting, which is pretty long, so I'm just going to go over a few of the highlights that I took away from the meeting and share them with you guys. The first is to make sure your ESA is happy. There's a lot to consider on this front when you're looking at a college dorm. The first is the size of your ESA. For me, I'm looking for a larger breed of dog because a lot of my anxiety has to do with feelings of being unsafe, and obviously the larger size will help that. That being said, it's still important to keep in mind the size of the dog in relation to the dorm room. They tend to be pretty small, so I don't want to end up getting a large breed and have it be unhappy and not have enough space to exist here. Also to keep in mind with your dog is its personality. If it's super anxious, it probably won't be happy on the college campus because it's going to be interacting with a lot of people. Same thing can be said for a dog that's more aggressive or a dog with separation anxiety, because you'll tend to be out of the dorm room pretty regularly for classes or work or whatever you might be doing. Also, you'll probably have a roommate, so it's important to think about what your roommate is comfortable with in the process of getting an ESA. So make sure they don't have allergies. Make sure they'll be okay and you have a backup plan if they discover that they have allergies. At the University of Redlands, it's required for the roommate to send an email to Amy Wilms or the Disability Center just saying, yes, I'm okay with having whatever ESA in my room. So make sure you have that conversation with your roommate and then make sure that they send the email needed for you to get your paperwork still in process. You also have to make sure that you're in line with city policy. So here I have to have the dog registered in the city of Redlands to have it on campus. So make sure that you have that underway. Also be sure to check with the city to make sure there's no breed restrictions or anything like that, depending on what kind of dog you get. And then in addition to city policy, you have to check school policy. So technically the University of Redlands is a no pets campus, which means that I'm pretty much not supposed to have the dog on campus. So like taking it for walks and that sort of thing, it's supposed to be either on the perimeter of campus. I'm lucky enough to have a park like right across the street from me, so I'll probably have a lot of study dates with the dog in the park. So just be sure to check on that as well. The other important thing is figuring out what you're going to do if you're not on campus. So if you're like going camping for the weekend, or you're going on a study abroad, or you're going home for spring break, what are you going to do with the ESA then? It is your responsibility to take care of this animal, so don't pass that on to somebody else, or don't assume that your roommate is going to take care of it unless you've had that conversation. The last thing you're going to want to consider is training. So at the very minimum, the dog needs to be leash trained, bark trained, and potty trained, just basically to make sure that it's well behaved on campus and also it's well behaved in the room. A lot of times if there is a problem, facilities will have to come in and then you get charged, and that's just a whole huge hassle that nobody wants to deal with. It's a lot easier on you to have a dog that knows what it's doing, or have an ESA that knows what it's doing. Again, the point is to help you, and it shouldn't be an extra stressor in your life. Like I said, there was a lot that we went over in the meeting, so I'll link the policy below. If you're not a University of Redlands student, again, you can just check with either your disability services or your counseling center, and they will get you the information that you need. So, as always, check out Soft Radicals if you haven't yet. Check out our previous video, and I will talk to y'all soon.